say about over a year ago, I started looking at the feasibility of loaning traditional musical instruments. So I was looking at guitars, ukuleles, mandolins, accordions. I look around at the Pittsburgh music community, and we have, the VIA Festival, we have the Crucible Sound Series, we have the Pittsburgh Paddle Swap. And so just looking around, I felt like maybe there was a need that we could be serving, and maybe there was a population of musicians in Pittsburgh who weren't necessarily coming into the music department or didn't know what sort of resources we had to offer. And maybe by loaning out this collection, we could bring some of those users in and make them, library users.
There's some people that have lots of formal training in music. There's some people that are just fans and enthusiasts, and then a spectrum of people in the middle. What I think is neat about some of these instruments that we have is that you can sit down and with a matter of seconds or minutes, you can make a bunch of sound come out of them. And that doesn't always work. Like if you sat down and just picked up a violin and you'd never played it before, it would sound so awful, But what's also neat is that even if you don't have any sort of training and don't, know the words for what you're doing, a lot of the concepts, you'll sort of pick them up on the fly. You might not know the difference between a major and a minor key, but you'll hear it. Or you can hear the difference between and, might not know the words consonance and dissonance, but you'll hear that too. Two things very close to each other, you hear that sort of dissonance of, it's kind of jarring and harsh on the ears.
Every year I have what are called innovation grants. And that's a small portion of my budget that I offer to staff for developing new and experimental models of library service. This year we funded 4 different projects, and this project where we're loaning out the synthesizers and music gadgets has been one of the most successful ones.
It turns out that our IT department, most of the people who work in that department are very knowledgeable about synthesizers, digital instruments, effects pedals. So they were really excited to help us out and actually brought in a bunch of their own instruments and shared them with us. And so what we did is we came up with a list of items that we felt worked well together, and then we created a survey, because the end goal for the process was really to engage as many people in the Pittsburgh music community in the development of this collection. So we wanted it to be built by the music community in Pittsburgh.